Hey, this is Lexi. Thanks for joining me today. This video is a projects I started and never finished video. I recently got a chance to clear off my desk and kind of go through some things I had sorted into projects I started but didn't finish, and I decided my goal was to go ahead and get these done. I'm starting today with these cards because they were meant to be Father's Day cards. And with Father's Day coming up, I thought it would be a good time to finally get these done. This set is a stamp set from Spellbinders and their Fun Stampers Journey brand. I got this a couple of years ago on their warehouse sale, so they always have pretty good deals on different sets and things there. I like this one because it is more masculine. I have boys, and then, with my husband and my dad, I like to kind of have different sets like that are kind of fun to play around with, but more masculine for different things for them. I had these background cards already stamped with like a polka dot stamp and kind of a couple different shades of green. I also have kind of a yellow golden one that I found a sunflower image. I'm actually not going to get to that in this video because this took up my whole time that I had today to craft, but I will get to that in another video. I had these images that I had stamped out, and then some little Father's Day sentiments. I had a couple of sheets of different shades of green cardstock, kind of for layering, that I had in that little folder. I think that was it. I grabbed a little piece of some plaid kind of pattern paper that I thought might go along, and I sat down to get started. I started with coloring these fish. These alcohol markers are just a brand from Amazon. I do have some Spectrum Noir markers that I do like as well. But these ones, I think there was like 88 in the pack, which were very reasonably priced, versus my Spectrum Noir ones. I think I maybe have like 20 or 30. So lots of shades, lots of options. I am definitely not an expert colorer, but I do think it's fun to kind of play around with the shading and just get some more, dimension onto those. I decided to tear the paper when I kind of looked at the images. They're not super large, and so not really like a huge focal point to just use one. So I thought kind of using more than one, maybe sort of in like a strip, and kind of having like a torn, maybe a little more rough edge, just to give a little dimension, a little detail. So I went ahead and tore them apart. I thought, before I finish coloring them, let me make sure I can tear them so I don't spend the time coloring them and then, tear half the fish off. So that's why I decided to do that. And then I'm just kind of blending the colors here. I do find the more you practice at coloring, kind of the better you get, but it takes time. So if you, like me, are a beginning colorer, just try it, play around, grab an inexpensive set of the alcohol markers on Amazon, and go for it. It's fun to see what you can do. I have not had a chance to sit down and share a video, especially. I have still been crafting and doing projects here and there, but my kids are getting older and the school year is super busy. Not that summer's not busy as well too, but I do get to be home with them in the summer, so I have a little more free time, and I just thought it would be fun to sit down and actually share a video, say hi. I do still get a chance to try and catch up on videos here on YouTube. There's so many great crafty channels to follow along and get inspiration from, so I do still really enjoy the paper crafting community here. I just am cutting up some different papers here for layers. I never really measure. I either eyeball it or I use a pencil to mark it for me. I'm just not that precise. I'm kind of more of a wing it type of crafter. But I can fully appreciate that there are crafters of all kinds. So, that's what it takes to make the crafty world go round. So I'm just kind of laying things out here, trying to decide if I wanted the whole fish in the middle and like 2 parts on each end, or sort of, part of a fish and part of a fish. So just kind of playing around. that is the fun part, to just kind of, start with a blank canvas and see where it takes you. I decided to go with the whole fish in the middle, and kind of have a tail and a head on the other end. For this one, I kind of like the flat edge on the one side and the tore edge on the bottom. This sentiment just says best dad ever. This is an old set that I thrifted. It is a Stampin' Up! Set, and I love it because there are so many sentiments in it, and they're just little. So it's like perfect to add to a little gift tag or, the front of a card. And the punch is a EK Success punch, I think, but it works perfectly for all of these sentiments in that set. I'm struggling with my art glitter glue here, which is my favorite. But if you don't use it super often, that glue just kind of dries up and plugs it. So I got it unglued, and got this glued together. Later, you will see I ran into more problems with the glue, and this is why crafting takes time, because, things come up. You gotta stop and adjust. I get interrupted quite often, and so, don't always get a chance to sit down and finish it. I wanted to add a little string to the bottom here. I did have a sort of gray and white baker's twine that I didn't love, and so then I found this silver. It reminded me of tying a little jig, or even maybe fishing line. So I kind of doubled that up, tied that around, left some little pieces of the ends there, and then I grabbed some different dimensionals, just some foam pieces, kind of pulling it all out of the drawer to see what would work. And I popped the sentiment up there on the front, and then I thought, you know what, let me go ahead and pop this whole part up, just to give it a little more dimension. I think it'll still work to mail. I don't think it's that dimensional, or it would be a good one to just, give in person as well. So I get this one all put together, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I like that little pop of silver on there. And the dimension, I think, is really fun. So I'm ready to move on to my second card that I had ready to go, and decided to do this one horizontal or vertical instead of horizontal, just to mix it up a little bit. And I'm going to do a little bit different layering. I decided when I was kind of looking at it to maybe do two different sizes, kind of overlap them a little bit. So I'm just kind of eyeballing, measuring, seeing what I like there, and then just playing around with the image again too, just to see. Then I remembered that I accidentally colored on the end, so I just cut off that little test spot I did and decided to use the image that way. I pulled out that sort of plaid paper, and this is just some cheap. It's not even cardstock. I think it was some packs of paper I got at the Dollar Tree one time. But the shades of green kind of went with those different shades I had in the background. So I thought, what the heck? Plaid kind of reminds me of my grandpa, honestly. He always wore plaid flannel shirts, and so I thought that would work for a Father's Day card. Here's that struggle part that I was talking about with my art glitter glue. Yep, sure enough, there it is. It was all gummed up. So I just went and got some bottles that I had. I think I also got those at the Dollar Tree. And decided I would pour it in there. I don't love the tip isn't as fine, but I think it'll work, hopefully, and get me some more use out of that glue. Art glitter glue is one of my favorite adhesives. It's just so easy to use. It dries clear, comes out smooth. You can use it on multiple things. It dries pretty quickly. So, yeah, one of my favorites. So I get everything glued together, finally get my glue fixed up in that bottle, gluing, attaching, kind of laying things out. Decided where to put that. Got that same sentiment on that little sort of cardstock that I had stamped. I obviously must have been working on a baby card at the same time, because there were some baby words and then these best dad ever. I'm going to go ahead and use some of that silver on this one again. kind of tangled up, but just to get a little piece and kind of put that behind the words here to give a little dimension and just a little sparkle. Even on a Father's Day card, I like to add a little sparkle. So that's going to bring me pretty much to the end of this video. I just want to say thanks for hanging out and crafting with me. I do have a few more projects I'm going to finish up, so I hope this has maybe inspired you just a little bit. If you have some projects that you started but haven't finished, go ahead and dig those out and get crafting. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.